Hello, everybody. So, hello, Jade. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm going to fix this next week. I'm very late, but oh, wait, hold on. Everybody. So, wait, where's the okay? It just takes a little. Okay. So you know what? I lost it basically just now because I was gathering the news, right? And I got so yesterday I got mad. I got very mad at the news. So I even don't want to ask about it because I was so angry at the news that I sent a letter to the so I had to send to more people in the Washington Post because I was so angry. I was so angry. So basically, where's that? Oh, where did I put this thing? I know I have. Sorry, guys. I want my lights. Where are they? I can't find somewhere. Anyway, so like I was so angry. I got so angry yesterday. So I went to the news yesterday, and when I saw the special counsel report that he had said that what was it that Biden is has a memory problem. I got so mad. And the reason I got mad was that like sorry, I'm looking for my little I know it's here somewhere, my lights. So he was saying that Biden anyway, that Biden is like he's has a memory problem and that he of course he didn't do anything wrong, right? But then this is like how they do it. They do it in such a way that it makes him look bad, right? And then this is how they create the talking points. And I went on the comment section and it was all like Russians, you know what I mean? It was all that's the same crap. And I got so mad. And so really so I wrote to the Washington Post. I called them names kind of, like because I've had enough. And I don't know, and guys, sometimes it's good. And I'm coming to you after I already had my moments, but maybe I read it to you. But it's just, and I have a question for Spirit. Like, is it because I it feels genuine to me to like to do this because they need to know, they need to feel. I've had enough. I have had enough of this. And I said, and I was like, what happened to this is trap? I said, I mentioned some journalists that are really good. I said, they don't deserve the pig stall the newspaper has become. And I said, I'm not in Russia. I don't want to hear Russian propaganda. That's not the point. And I said, and then I ended with like, I wish that I was like, I hope that karma finds you that disrupts your pancreas, your internal organs at the cellular level, so that all the negativity you created is going to affect your your cells. Because I've had enough of this. I've had enough. I've had enough. I'm so angry. I'm still so angry. And like, so then today, so yesterday I unsubscribed. I deleted the app because that was the first app one of the first apps I would go on my phone. In the morning, I would wake up, I would listen to the news. Not listen, I would go read the Washington Post. And so today they had, the guy who's accusing Fannie Willis. They're like, oh, he said that they lied about when they started the relationship. Like, what the hell is this? So it feels it's not. I'm not sad as you see I'm angry, but it's like there's not one newspaper left. There is not one newspaper left that you can trust. And to be fair, there's really good journalists that work at the Washington Post, but it's the editors who create, who make it so that they have they choose the articles that go on, they choose how the front page looks. And this was like, I was like, I can't, I've had enough. I'm sorry, guys. Is it okay? Like, do you feel it too? I'm so angry. I've had enough. And it's like, it's sad that I can't, the media, there is not one place that I can go, only the internet, right? Right? Because it's like, where do I go? Where do I go? I can't. Like, so it's very upsetting to me. I know Biden's going to win. That makes me feel good. But I find it so disrespectful. I hate, sorry. I'm just like, and that's why I was like, I wrote the letter. I just wrote this letter. Maybe is it okay to make it public in a little bit? Maybe I'll start and then I'll open for the YouTube thing. But anyway, guys, that was the story. Sorry, I was like, come on, stop this. Like, get over yourselves. Get over yourselves. Like, we're not stupid. We see it. You know what I mean? Like it's such bullshit. It's like, I mean, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Because remember when they were like had to report the news? Like remember when like it was like about information? And now I find that the respect to Biden. I just the way they talk about him and the fact whoever wrote this stupid thing. Oh, he has a memory. Because see how this works, right? Like it so they create this thing like this like innuendo, and so nobody's talking about the fact that Biden has done nothing wrong because that was the outcome of it. Because the guy creates propaganda, and then I saw the Russian bots all coming and bullshitting the same way. But we're gonna win. Oh yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So so like really, it's really like wow. But guys, I really honestly, I know some people in the group sometimes they disagree with me when I say I wish return to sender, but that's what I did. I think that all the people that are doing this, return to sender. It's not gonna, no, you're not gonna get out. You're not gonna get off. You're not gonna get off. No, it's coming to you. Oh yeah, it's coming to you in form of karma. It's 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 really coming to you in form of karma. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, no. You're gonna feel it. Of course, like it's just that I want the energy to create. Guys, I'm saying this. I'm angry, but I'm not, it's not impacting me, you know what I mean? Like in that way. But it's just like I want them to know that that's right. I want them to know that we are watching, that we know who they are, really. And that there's gonna be like I said, cellular level disruption at the mitochondrial level of your cells. It's going to be disrupted. Oh yeah, be careful. Be careful out there because the evil. Like I don't live in Russia. I don't care about Russia propaganda. Is that hard? Is that a lot to ask? I'm not interested. I'm not interested in this bullshit. I don't, and we know what it is. Like you know what I'm saying? Huh, really? Like, come on, come on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's it. So okay, guys, I'm just gonna show you, and then we'll start. But because this is really the news of the day is the news. Is this really? So I'm gonna share this screen. Wait, let me cover my because I don't want you, because if I make it public. Okay, so wait, hold on. How do I do this? Okay, okay, there it is. Okay, okay, so that's my letter. That's my letter that I was like, so that's it. I've had enough of the anti-Biden content. I cancel my subscription finally. Philip Walker, Ashley Parker, and Carolina do not deserve the pig stall the newspaper has transformed into. Jeff Bezos' midlife crisis should not be anyone's problem. Yesterday's amplification of the pathetic special counsel report and the swarming of Russian trolls amplifying it on the comment section was it final nail in the coffin. I am so tired of relentless attacks on Biden. Today, the defamatory innuendo brought about by the five-time bankrupt Trump co-defendant is front-page news. He said so. Okay, this is new. It wasn't like this when I first signed up. Whoever came on board in the last 12 months or so really effed up. Every day we hear breathless bullshit cooked up by Russians and Republicans, warmed up by the sick F who used to work for Murdoch. That's the low-level trash the Graham family never had the displeasure to call an employee. Enough is enough. Cancel the New York Times for the same reason years ago. I am not in Russia. I'm not interested in Russian propaganda. You should know better. It's an insult to us educated now former readers. This is utter trash. I am channeling this energy onto the vital organs of people creating this anti-Biden content, especially the editor who created this and presumably Jeff Bezos, who publicly hired him with a goal in mind. I ask that the universe collect all the anti-Biden negativity they have created and sown onto their cellular mitochondrial functions. That karma may arrive by returning to them their negativity in the form of incurable disease generated at the cellular level, disrupting cellular functions in this lifetime. And so it is. That's it. That's it. That's it, right? So that's it. So, 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 so that's it. Like, that's it. You know? So I wanted to share because you know what I mean? So sorry, like okay, then we can stop. No, because really, so then okay, I'd like to offer protection, but before I fly coming up my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. greater circle, step into for protection. I like to ask that information from the higher source that create the good. So, okay, yeah, is it bad? No. Is it bad? Is it bad? Oh, I've had enough. I've had enough. No, really. I'll be honest. Okay. So, so, so anyway, so I just want to ask here's okay, spirit. Okay, is that okay? Okay, so it's saying, is that what was going on? And then my read the reaction, what is going on? So that's right. No, it's saying this that in the past, no, it's saying this that we're moving into an era where karma is going to be more instant. No, karma is going to be more instant. Okay. So they're saying that people are used to getting away with things. Okay. They're used to doing all these things, thinking that there is no consequences. And now we're moving into a world where the consequences come faster to people in general, including this. And that those people kind of do this thinking that the readers are like this faceless people. They don't understand what's going on. They try, they try to do it the Fox way, but now they feel it and they themselves. So it's saying that it's saying we understand that maybe it's that you kind of wish harm on them, but you're just returning to them what they put out. And now they're starting, and I even feel like it's saying this that even the journalists, people start getting upset about it too, and start saying something because because they say, I did go overboard, but that was the point. The point is to kind of shock them, right? To say, wake up, like it's not, you know what I mean? That's it. It's saying it's not a victim, it's not a victimless crime. So, okay, so it's not a victimless crime. It's saying this is not a victimless crime. It's like you're affecting the country, the future of the country. You're affecting, it's not just Biden, it's saying it is personal, like to us, right? Okay. So you know what I mean? So it's like, so that's it. So so it's saying that you're putting the light onto them instead of like buying into the Biden thing. So it's saying that's right. And you're saying you're going directly to the people because it's saying this those who created the content, like the headlines, right? You could argue that there was somebody else who created the report, but everybody along the way who chooses to amplify this is guilty, right? And the good thing is if we don't believe it, we don't buy it, and it makes us more motivated. But they have to think about it, have to consider if it's worth it. Okay, so anyway, so that's that. That was mine. But but I feel good about it. I feel good about it that I was kind of driven to it. In the past I've done those kinds of things or whatever, but I think we have to say something. We have to say something to the people who make these decisions, right? Because I do. I don't think it's okay, and I think there should be consequence. You know what I mean? I don't mean like, but I just think like you're putting out all this stuff to the world. It has to go back to you. Okay. So, okay. So really like why would you do something like that? Okay. Why would you okay, let's look at parts. Okay. So they're like, okay, come down. Okay. So now question here from Francie. I want to know who vetted hers report and cleared it. And what is Merrick Garland's reaction? Okay, and okay. It's saying that Merrick Garland did not he wanted to he even appointed the special counsel just because he wanted to not have any like to not even give the appearance that he was partisan, right? And the guy went over. I don't feel like so who honestly I Francie, it's hard to tell who did it exactly because I kind of so did I don't know. I just okay, so Merrick Garland, did you approve this? Did you approve of this? Did you approve of this? Did you approve? Did you approve this? Did you approve? it's saying that when he read it, he didn't agree with it. But again, he wanted to to make it fair, quote unquote. And again, he's terrified of being called uh partisan. But then he said that, but then what I'm getting here is that um, he said that the amplification, like he was reading through it, he didn't agree with it, but he didn't think that it was going to get picked up the way it was. But now we see that the whole media is like amplifying this and making it the news, right? The news is that Trump is guilty and Biden is not. That's what the news is. And instead, it becomes about the salacious detail that he included in. So that doesn't make sense. So I think it's this moment that we have to wake up to these people that are committing a form of terrorism, really, right? So, okay, so this is it. Okay. Then Garland is a fool. So, but I think it's a complicated question, Francie. Does it make sense? It's like this is a lesson, is that the moment you let these people, you like kind of try to like acquiesce to whatever they ask for. This is what happens. So I wouldn't say he's a fool. He's not, but you understand, like I think it's like we're dealing with a big monster here, very skilled monster, and they're going down. Okay, so that's the story. Now, let's see this. What is going to be the consequence of this news? Like what I mean is like yeah, this special report and the way the media amplified it. What is going to happen to that? Like, what is going to be I don't think it's going to affect Biden really, but I mean, like, is like people need to wake up that we're not living, in fair. Like, those people don't play fair. They don't play the regular games. Are we prepared for this? What's going to happen, right? Like, so, and okay, let's ask about this guy. Okay, what's it gonna be the consequence to this guy whoever when I saw this, I was like, I'm not reading this bullshit. So what is gonna happen to this guy? Who is he? And I'm like, so okay, so tell me. What is for a person? What is gonna be that? Because really, like the fact that this person does this and then like, oh ha ha ha, what is happening to him? Poor, interesting, King of Swords. Friend. Okay, so this is interesting. This could be the judge. This could even be Merrick Garland. This is the King of Swords, right? The All right. So recognition, friend. Oh, look, this is interesting. This is a card of the battle until the end. So anything, it's like willing to do anything. The friend recognizes. Oh, cut. That's it. Fired. That's it. Oh no. Oh no. Painful ending. Was that I know fight defeat. He's defeated. Oh no. Cut and defeated with a sword and a scythe. Oh no, sad for him. Oh no. Oh no, defeated. That's right. That's right. That's what you get. Karma. Now. Right now. Right now. Oh, crash. Oh, okay. I do think I've calmed down. You know what it's right, guys. I was angry. I'm still angry. I still am angry, but I'm not. You know what? I'm taking the anger. I'm gonna wish it back to you, Mr. Her. Bad things that you have created come back right back to you. Oh yeah. So, okay. So, again, guys, I ask that you have some, I don't think we should have, I think you should focus the energy on oh, did you see something? Was it, I feel like, did you see something flying here? Was it something flying? Was it me? Did you see something like around? I hope I'm protected. So did you say something else? But I don't think you should do, not focus on the person who created this. Not Garland is like most nice people don't go, are not Machiavellian, right? They don't prepare for this. So, okay, so that's it. Focus on the person getting the revenge, like karma coming to them. Really, you should not focus on like, oh, he's like really seriously. No, seriously, guys, focus on the people who are truly doing the bad things. Okay, so it's like this is the flip side of the coin where the good people don't think like the evil people do, but it doesn't mean that there won't be consequences to this person. They will be. Okay. I don't know if it's possible, but I feel like it's possible that they could also lose their job if they have a job in the private sector. Okay, that there's things are just their career is going to go downhill after this. Okay. So, but you know what? I also, the good thing here that I'm picking up about Garland is that he knows that the media will talk constantly and that he knows how much harm Trump has done and he's going to jail, and that is the ultimate revenge. It's like, if this is the thing that I'm picking up also, that this is relatively minor compared to the outcomes that will happen to Trump. You have to say, keep that in mind, that we are in a kind of like a information warfare situation, and that this is part of it, right? So this is actually, it's good. It actually is really good to hear because you saw how upset I was, right? So that's good. That's good, right? So that's a good thing to remember, in fact, that there will be consequences to Trump, and that this, think about it. No, this is perfectly seen here. They want us to be distracted, and they achieved it, right? To be distracted from the crimes of Trump. And today, this is something they were able, yesterday especially, and today they were able to do that with this. But they won't be able to take Trump's guilt away. Does it make sense? So today is one day, there will be another day tomorrow, and they will be uh right, they won't be able to take Trump's guilt away. But I have a question. What about the media? How are they going to learn? Are they going to learn at all? What's going to happen? It's saying, I see a book closing on the hands of Jeff Bezos. Because guys, he said he publicized the fact that he had hired this guy the other day. Remember? Like when he hired the new editor of the Washington Post. So that was kind of a way to say, oh, look, I hired my guy who's going to harm Biden because Biden is investigating my company. And then I see that the book is, so this is, again, Biden is going to have an outcome that is going to be bigger than Jeff Bezos' uh, midlife crisis. Okay. So they're not bigger than God. It's saying this is what they're going to learn. They're not bigger than God. They're not above the law. And this is like all going to be forgotten. It's saying just a day. They want to be the false prophets. They want to dictate how the world is going to go. They won't succeed. Okay. So, 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 okay. So, all right. So this is it. And now I have a question. Now that, okay, we've talked about it. So the next question is our voters really do they take it seriously? No, they don't, because it's saying the interesting thing is this is saying once they see what's going on, and it's like this may give what is it? Um Bullets for the Trump, the people who like Trump, but nobody else. Because first of all, people voted for Biden. They still like Biden, and this makes actually Biden look good because this makes sense, guys. I don't think that it impacts Biden. I really don't, because Trump is going to jail, first of all. Guys, and I just like, did you see how, so Kamala Harris, she said something. And I'm so glad, I'm so ready for Kamala Harris being president, because that's what's going to happen. In a few years, she's going to be president. So I'm so ready for her attitude. I love it. I love it because, she's more aggressive in the sense you talk about Garland, but but friends, you have to remember, he is a law person, right? He's not going to be, anyway. So the point is this, is that like, we're dealing with all of this. and so sorry, I lost hospital. No. So no, so he's saying this, that the voters are, they know what's going on. We know what's going on. We know how far these people have gone, and we know exactly the mess that is Trump. I think some people, like, even I don't say I'm surprised, but this is the guys, it's not, have you noticed, it's crazy how the media has changed even here, all over the world, including here. But you can measure the success of the YouTube channels that talk about this, right? There's a lot of people that look for alternative conversations, and those are bigger than ever. I think. Okay, so this is the consolation for us, that it's not, no, it's saying it's actually gonna galvanize, because it's saying the ageism is obvious, and and it's saying, oh, in a way, it's saying this, in a way, the fact that justice is attacking Biden, in some ways it's saying this, in the end, it's going to work on our favor, because they will ultimately say, well, justice wasn't really on the side of Biden necessarily, given how he was treated, how poorly he was treated, right? So does it make sense? Like, in the end, people see through this. It's saying, don't worry about it. Some people can be manipulated, yes, but not like this. And then again, the so okay, um, the like the outcome is, and then very, very soon, saying, don't forget it, very, very soon, um, Trump is going down, like, very, he's already in a very terrible position. But this does not stop what is already happening, and is going to continue to happen. Okay. Okay. So okay. So anyway, so I feel calmer now. Let's say so. All right. So okay. Now, something else, just the other thing I want to talk about, okay, is the so now there's something going on with the Supreme Court, and that is they're looking at the case of the ballot. I have seen before, okay, just so you're aware, that the Supreme Court would allow Trump to be on the ballot, but that would not make a huge difference. Okay. By the way, what I'm curious now that I thought of this, since you guys, what has Linda G said? I wonder, did she look into it? You watch her, I wonder, because I still see that it's possible that they will let him be on the ballot, but that he may not actually be on the ballot because of other issues. Okay. So in that his crimes are too many and too big. Okay. So, and then so even though he has all these conservatives on his side, including the Supreme Court, it's not going to be enough. Okay. But let's see what is going on now. Okay, what is going on now with the Supreme Court deciding on Trump being on the ballot? Okay. Okay, be careful. Okay, careful. Sure. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So, okay, interesting. Okay, yeah, that's it. Continues to say it. Okay, that's it. Good. Yeah, that's right. So that's what guys, I told you this before, right? I've been saying over and over again that, and even I remember having this conversation with ISF, that they will let him be on the ballot, but it's not going to be, it's not going to affect, um, it's not going to affect the final outcome. And that I still feel like in the end, he will not be on the final ballot for other reasons. Okay. So that's, and then so but and in a way it's telling me this, that there, it may be it's saying it's another one of those issues, it's saying, Rosie, like, that everybody's upset about, including the way that Biden is treated, right? Because we listen to this, and it's very upsetting. And then at the same time, it's going to turn out to be good, because it's saying that it's saying, it shows us the harm of all these conservative people, and how some of them have actually You know, there's a judge, I forgot his name. He's a really well-known and influential. Is it Lutig, John Lutig? Is that right? I think that's his name. But he's a very conservative judge who came out. He even was one of the big supporters of this. So there's people who are even with the conservative support, he is so bad and such a criminal that he can't win. And that betting on a devil character has no positive outcomes for them. Okay. So, um, okay, so that's what it is. That's but it's saying like, but you know what, it's saying something else. It's saying like it may be bittersweet for you, Rosie, to understand and for everyone to see it. And everybody had wanted people to quote unquote wake up and the media to be on Biden's side and everything to be like happy ending all the time. But it's necessary for our, it's saying it's necessary for our development to see that in some ways, it's saying that in some ways the game that Putin was playing won, but it wasn't enough to change the outcomes for us. Does that make sense? So it shows how, because really, guys, this is, and then we have to also talk about uh what's his name? Dr. Carlson going over there to interview, right? And it's like, would none of these people would like to live in Russia if they had a chance, right? They don't want to live there because it's awful to live there. So, but instead they like to, from the comfort of their home, they love to like praise Putin and like, right? It's like being so unthankful for everything they have and what the country has brought to them. No, but it's saying it's important because then we see like history is, guys, saying history is going to recognize the depth of the evil that was upon us at this time. We're going to know how big it was and how serious it was, and yet we won. Okay, does it make sense? Because it's saying that, right? All of these things. So that's in a way that's good because it's saying that even it's saying telling even the Bible, like it's saying that like even Jesus, there was all it's like there was nobody was like, oh gee, there he is. There's always adversity, and there's always when important people change things, nobody's like, oh, let's open the doors. Nobody wants, right? There's almost majority, it's not majority, but a lot of people want this. A lot of people, there's a lot of money involved, a lot of like synergies, right? But it's not enough. It is not enough. And the losses those people are going to incur are huge. Okay. So let's ask now, let's go to Tucker Carlson. So what is happening, guys? How pathetic. And yet we won. That's right. This is like, and I see, guys, wow, I see myself actually as a very old person. I was like in my late 80s, maybe 80s. I don't know if I'll live that long, but I'm like, well, I was on there was something called YouTube then, and we had to press on things to like, but people, I was so angry. I wrote letters using cuss words. And and so, oh yeah, yes, we were very angry and we complained. We did things. We did, and we won. So it's saying that, and it's saying, look at the civil rights era. Like there were guys. Apparently, Dr. King, he was the number one enemy of the U.S. He was the most hated person in America at the time, his lifetime. Can you imagine? So really, like, and yet he won. I mean, he passed away, God bless him. It's not that I'm saying, but his values won, right? So so anyway, so let's look at Tucker Carlson. Oh my God. I talked about it the other day also about this visit. So what is going on with him? And by the way, did you see that European Union said they were going to ban him? So let's see what's going on with Tucker Carlson going to interview. I mean, you already interviewed Putin. What's going on with him over there? It's like, yeah, hey. And he's like, oh, he's staying in some hotel. He's like, it's dirty. Oh, he's like, oh, it's kind of dirty here. Mm, so cold. I'm sorry, the heat is terrible. Can you like increase the heat? Do you not have filet mignon? Hello. So he expects, he's upset at the treatment he's getting. And even they're like, what's wrong with the guy? He's trash. He asshole. So we do so much for him. And he treats like this. Why you treating us like this? So even he like goes over there, he's not thankful to no, but seriously, like I don't know, I would even you know what I mean? He's like, and they because they have a camera, this is like they have cameras, of course, right? They have cameras inside the rooms or wherever he's staying. They're filming everything, of course they are. They're hearing everything, they're filming everything. So he's complaining about, oh, this water. Is the water, I'm sorry, do you not have Perrier water? He complains about every single thing because he's a spoiled child, he's very wealthy, so he's used to a certain treatment. He's like, "Ugh, it's so cold, people are ugly. Yes, there's some models, whatever, but they're ugly people. Did you see them?" I'm like, I thought it was going to be better, honestly. I mean, I thought Putin had got it together. Okay, so he's kind of actually funny, he's upset about it, about the way he's treated, and he doesn't love it. It's like, I'm sorry, I thought he was rich or whatever. Is that it? Like, and he realizes it's funny. He sees he somehow travels around. They take him around Moscow, and he realizes that there's a very tiny part of the town that is up, like very wealthy or like fancy. Everything else is is poor and like those Soviet block apartments. And he's like, whoa, oh. And also, he's wealthy. Do you think his money, like, where does he think his money will go if he lived there? Putin would take it. That's what happens. If you're a wealthy person, Putin just takes your money, almost like, right? Is a form of like communism, whatever you call it. He puts his people in your company. So he sees, okay, it's not like he's suddenly changed his mind, but he's like, ugh, he's annoyed and he shows it, okay? So then what happens to Tucker Carlson now that he has how does Putin react, or how does what's going on with Putin? I'm not, he has there's people watching the interview. Oh, interesting. It's interesting. He notices that Putin has all this makeup on. It's interesting. Like that's what I'm getting. That because guys, we know that there's filters, right? But when he's looking at his skin, like he could tell that it has like guys. Actually, I can show you this powder. This type of powder. I forgot. This is not baking powder, but this is pressed. But even loose powder, he notices that there's like very thick levels of like the skin has all this makeup on to hide something, and that he looks like he's saying he looks like a French emperor, like when they had the makeup on, all the talc, like this white stuff on his face, and that he could tell there's something wrong, like he's not healthy, and that uh something like he seems bulging, like what's the word, like bloated. He's very bloated looking because he apparently he does take steroids for his several, like his disease, whatever he has to kind of have an up, but it makes the person look with a moon face and bigger. So like he notices there's something weird about his. I mean, obviously he doesn't say it, but he sees that everything is fake, that he's only seeing. So I don't. Right. So then he's like, guys, it's what it reminds me of, like, when you go to a museum and like everything is kind of dusty. Or it's like, sometimes the local museums have this, they're not because I don't know how you clean all these things, right? It's like the layers of dust everywhere. Like everything looks dusty to him. Because really he's romancing the past, right? And so is Putin. So Putin is almost, again, he feels like he's like a dad. This is what it is. The wax museum. He was like, well, he looked like we were in a wax museum. He's telling maybe his wife or somebody when he comes back. He's like, oh, it was like a wax museum. It was like these robots that looked like wax. That's what it was. There was like no, and he was saying, I was expecting Putin to be more charismatic, or like, when you're like with a person who's like really like has this thing animating them, and he notices that Putin, there's no soul, there's no there. And even it's interesting, even him, he notices that like the heavy energy, even though he's taking advantage of it, he's just something, like it's guys, say, I get this sense that he's like, um what is the word? It's sort of like, when a person, you have a bad feeling about something, even him, he just has a bad feeling about things. just from looking at Putin. He's like, he doesn't have a lot. He's like, I've met people or like family members who were sick. He doesn't have a lot left to live. Like he doesn't have much left. I can't say that in the thing. So basically, I see that once he and I actually don't think he's ever looked at him face to face. And it's saying that even though he's not going to change, his talking points, but he sees when he sees Putin in person, in face to face, he realizes that the whole thing is fake. That he actually believed it all, but that it's fake. And that, but he's like he's taking advantage of it. He's involved in this. It's not like he thinks about it very deeply, but he knows that like, wow, something about it is not like he just it's so I really do get, guys, that he's like, maybe I should retire. He's thinking to himself because he knows he's already put all his eggs in that one basket, and he just knows in the back of his mind that this is not how it's going. This is going to end pretty soon. So he just knows it. And so that changes. So that's right. And so that changes things. Like that changes how do you say this? Oh, and I also see, guys, that he sees as he's traveling there, he sees the lines outside of the supermarket. You know how they say Biden, he complains about Biden, right? But he sees that people don't have like the food is hard to come by. Like somehow he's driving and there's line. What are these lines? Oh, he knows it's a supermarket. So he knows, like it's like the USSR, right? So he's like quietly thinking to himself, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky that I don't live here. So he knows. I think over time that will affect him more, but he's too like okay. So what's Tucker? Oh, I have okay. Before I talk about this question that Jade has, I have to say something else that I picked up about him because I will kind of show you. He notices that the people around him seem like thugs because Tucker Carlson, he doesn't get his hands dirty. He doesn't meet these people in person, right? But he's noticing that the people are like they look like mobsters or like bad people. He's like the people that were there with me, they were like bad people. You just know it. He just felt it. And also because he doesn't really deal with those types of people in a day-to-day ever. So he's like he notices that those it's like a thug environment. Somehow he's like, it's like a thug environment, it's like a mafia thing. And then he's like, so he knows that like he and I see okay this the way that he finally realizes this is that it's like okay guys, have you been I remember decades ago I've been to Universal Studios. I think it was in LA. It's like a movie set or a TV set where they have the shows, so it's like this perfectly manicured little place, not little place, it's like this place in LA. There's a gate and you go in and it's the sets for all the shows. So he realizes that Putin's world is like that. It's a set. Everything is perfect how it should be within the set that he's in. As soon as you leave it, the truth is out there for everybody. And it's saying he realizes how hard it is to hide. And then he's like, wow, he thinks to himself, Russia really is a third world country. There's no economy, there's nothing. And then he remembers how much he mocks the tech people here in America and how much he mocks everything. And that Russia has nothing, almost nothing, none of that. That they're smart people, but they don't have anything. I mean, he's not stupid, right? He knows that the reason why you don't have as much industry is because thugs steal things. That has to be clear to him. Oh, and I guess something else. I don't know if it really happened like this, but somehow I see that he looks at Snowden, or maybe Snowden is in an audience or something, and like I don't feel like it's even possible. I don't believe that Snowden would be allowed to talk to Tucker Carlson even, but I see that Snowden is like mouth something. Don't come here. I regret it. Like, you know, because so he sees so basically all the things he believed when he sees it to his face. It guys, it shows me, it's sort of like, I don't know if you have the experience of online dating when you're like talking to this person, the conversation was great. They're so attractive. They say this, they do that. And then you see them in person and immediately it ends. Like you're like, it's just the experience of meeting a person. It's just something you don't have to, it's not about words. It's something that your body just picks up and it's saying that was his experience as well. So, right, though, intellectually he gets it. He's like so enamored of all of the ideas, but now that he sees it with his own eyes, the truth is harder. Like he can't quite, right? He sees it for what it is. So now go back to the question here that Jade has. Was Tucker scared of Putin? Was Tucker scared of Putin? So was Tucker scared of Putin? Again, it's saying, okay, there's that expression uncanny valley. It's like, I mean, he knows it's like it's saying it's a scary world. It's a scary world that he doesn't want to be part of. I don't, so I think more likely what's going to happen to him is that he's going to retire because he realizes that his days are over. He has a lot of money, right? And that he doesn't like because it's like his show is very like you have to believe it, right? You have to like he's always like he's like entertainment in a way, right? And if he doesn't believe it, it's very hard actually for him to do it. Even though he likes lying, he likes, right, pretending to be whatever, right? I see that it becomes harder for him that once he saw it in person, it really affected him. So that's the answer. So as far as him being afraid of what I know he can leave, he's like, wow, I'm lucky to leave. But if I feel like honestly, I think it changed him that he realizes like he would not like to live there and that it's time to tone down. It's saying, oh, just wait until the election, whatever. I'm not going to drop out now, but maybe we can win or something. But he just sees that it's saying, would you be scared of a what you call it, like a wax figure, but also Thug, who's a wax figure. And I see, guys, he sees another thing I see that he sees is that he sees a woman. It's like a few people on in the airport wanting to like protest or say something about the war, like, and he sees how they're grabbed and like thrown in a police van and how violent it is. So he, even in this very short period of time, he like he saw it. Okay, he saw through it. Oh, and also I saw that like it so another thing I see is that they sent women to his room, like models or whatever, but he passed them. He's like, no, I'm not interested or whatever. But that his friend, I saw a photo of his whoever, like his producer, whoever went with him, like was like had totally drank a lot. And so he was hammered and whatever, but he's like, no, I do think he's actually faithful. Believe it or not, I do think he's faithful to his wife, Tucker Carlson. So 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 that's interesting, guys. Wow, this was like I was not what okay, now let's talk about the consequences. Now I got so enamored of like what was going on. So then what is happening with what happens to him? Yeah, I see that there's something like he starts to kind of people think near him think he's depressed or having a midlife, crisis of some sort because he starts to like that's right. So because he likes to he's just like kind of like quiet and like honestly I think he loses his passion for the so-called conservative movement after this. It's interesting, right? Because everything, guys, it shows me very quickly Trump is derailing. Everything is falling apart for the Republicans. And they seem to know it. And he's kind of he realizes like honestly, I don't think he'll ever come out publicly and say it, but I think he realizes that it was a fool's errand and that he realizes that he's an unthankful person. That he's like, wow, I live in America. I'm so lucky, and I trash America constantly. I spit on this country. He's like, wow, wow, I could be like one of these people in a gulag or something like that. He realized now, finally, Does it make sense? I don't think we'll ever like hear it like that, but he sees it. He sees it. So interesting, guys, right? Interesting. Very interesting. So, wow. Wow. It's fascinating, right? It's fascinating. So, wow. Wow. Very interesting, guys. So, okay. So I'm gonna make this public on YouTube or whatever, but I just so it feels good, guys. I feel like it's saying it's telling me, Rosie, get ready. Everything is falling apart for them. Don't worry about it. They're saying don't worry about it. It's saying don't feel bad. It's saying don't feel bad about your anger because it's saying a lot of people that receive the message are themselves quite angry too. So you're like giving voice to how a lot of people feel too. So but it's saying we're gonna see the implosion, the total implosion of this whole worldview. And so okay. Now I just want to say also about BB, the last thing I've been seeing, right, that he's gonna leave. I think I got guys that maybe in the next 2 weeks he could leave. I don't know. Maybe, sometimes not timing is very difficult, but because I do think that the hostages are going to be released only after he leaves. But if he leaves, the hostages would come back pretty soon after, and maybe in the next few days, who knows? I mean, maybe it won't happen like that, but keep. So it's really, guys. This is I know I was angry. I was angry. I was angry before, right? As you know, I was angry myself that I that that I had my moment earlier today, just an hour ago, sending messages, getting so angry. Uh and and that's it. Okay. And that's the story that everything is saying, don't worry about it. They will fall apart. They are falling apart. There's nothing to worry about. And that this is momentary, okay? Okay. Hello, guys. Yeah, no, so by the way, I'm saying I started this on Patreon, and then I ended here on YouTube. So, okay, just remember that, guys. And like I said at the beginning, for those of you arriving, so I say goodbye to the Patreon people. I'll just stay a little bit later here with people from YouTube. And also, so you can watch from the beginning, guys. Today, just this reminder, I had a uh good night, guys. Okay, I had the not breakdown, not true. It's like I got so angry with the anti-Biden thing that I wrote a letter to a lot of people in the in the Washington Post. I canceled my subscription because I got so mad with the anti-Biden sentiment. Okay, so that's so 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 anyway, so I wrote a very angry letter cursing people, wishing them harm. Uh, but anyway, so it's all going to be good in the end. But it's a time, guys, a very intense times we're living through. But I think the worst has happened, and now consequences are coming to all of them. Okay, so and then today I talked about it pretty much about the anti-Biden wave on the media and the Republicans, but they're losing it all, and also that the Supreme Court is going to say that that Trump can be on the ballot, but still I think ultimately because of his crimes, he's not actually going to be on the final ballot. Okay. So, okay. So, guys, yeah, so I had, there's no, I was saying earlier, there's nowhere you can go to for news anymore. Like there one newspaper could just everything. No, you can't because it's all the anti-Biden content is incredible everywhere. Even the Washington Post is now contaminated. So, but we're gonna win. This is the thing to remember. Okay. This is the thing to remember, the thing to know. Okay. So, this is it. Okay. This is it, guys. All right. So I'm gonna go, but again, you can watch from the beginning. I even got a little head because I got the anger. I was angry. But it's good, it's saying it's good to be angry, and they're like we're living at a time when karma is happening. Okay. So live. Okay. So Okay, so that's right. So again, the basic news is I think BB is gonna go in the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks. Who knows? I could be wrong, of course. And then we have the person, this whole thing of whatever this so-called special, it's a distraction, that the special report that was published, but it's everything's gonna work in Biden's favor at the end, and they're not going to succeed because Trump's crimes are huge, and that's the bottom line. Okay, Trump cannot escape his crimes, and they're trying very guys. They really scrape the bottom of the barrel in order to try to find something. This whole thing of that is right that they can use, but nothing. They cannot find. Wait, oh my God, where am I? What happened? Hmm. So really. It's really interesting, right? It's very interesting. Wait, oh my God, I lost. Where's it? Am I here? What happened? Oh my God. Mm, okay, one sec. I closed the window that I was where I was talking. Okay. So so mm, okay. Sorry guys, I got lost. Yeah, I don't know where I am. Okay, that's right. Okay, that's right. So is Canada so Mary, okay, is Canada going to be removed from the docket? This can going to be removed from the dog case. Let's see. Okay. Mm. I don't know. I feel like she's going to adapt to the circumstances, but I don't feel like I think she'll get the message eventually. Yeah, I'm really not worried about. I don't think that anyone will have the power to change things, okay? You know what I mean? To affect us in that way. Okay, like I don't I wouldn't worry about them. It's saying that at the end of it's saying that nothing can beat Biden, and that Trump is going down regardless. And that she's going to face, and it's saying that once the cases start, that's right, Jack Smith, that's right. Jack Smith is pissed at her. Interesting. So let's ask, what's going on with Jack Smith? Though it's saying that she's gonna get it together. I see it. I don't know that she will leave. I mean, I wish that she would, but I feel like things are going to expedite once the other trials begin. Okay. Once they start losing, they're not going to want to be caught with a hot potato in their hand. So that's what I get. That's what I get. Okay. Okay. So is the joy going to cause issues? So I know Anne, she has an interest in this the post office. Let's see. So is it going to cause issues with mail-in ballots? I see that his hands are tied behind him, so I don't think, no, I don't think that will. Okay. So, Okay. All right. So, all right. So this is it, guys. Okay. For now, is that anything else I haven't covered? Oh, I know I don't do, I have this thing where I do it's private 3 times a week, but sometimes I come on. I don't know, but I'm not too worried about her, about ailing. Something seems neutralized to me. Okay. I'm not super worried, but so what is, no, I feel like again, his hands are tied. And it's interesting, and because he hasn't left, right? I don't know why he's still there. Isn't that amazing? Why is he still there? No, I see that he knows he's under investigation, so it's a different story. Oh, and it's saying, guys, isn't there's there's a very serious post office police, and they are very onto it. And there's a big effort to curb voter fraud and all that. So, the right wing anti thing. So so Oh, and that I was saying also, just because if you haven't, so I just think that Trump is going to collapse. Just so for the people that haven't watched the private things that I've said recently, Trump is going to collapse mentally in the next, I think, starting, was it in a month or so, when the trials begin, and when the New York case Judge Argeron, his name is, right? He's going to issue the ruling about his finances, and that will crush him. So I think he's gonna start to really fall apart mentally. So he's gonna be not, he's not gonna be he's gonna start not doing his stand anymore. His hair is gonna be messy, right? He's gonna lose himself. And then as the trials begin and he realizes he doesn't have a way out, he's gonna collapse like a they call it narcissistic collapse, but I think it's going to be on a much bigger scale. And even the people that supported him, and I don't mean the voters, I mean like whoever placed faith in his candidacy is going to know that they made a huge mistake. So that's it. Is a very big karma for all of them. Okay. So, okay. All right. Okay. So this is it, guys. Have a good weekend. Okay. Don't get, I was like, I got angry. No, but I think it's good to be angry. Also angry. Just with the news, so earlier this live stream, if you're just I was just mostly talking about this special counsel report, and how I was so angry at the media. So okay, so that's it now. Good night, guys. Okay, have a good one. Okay, get some rest. Okay, all right. Goodbye.